Hey, it's Mike with Tech PB. Let's do a quick show on the Stiffi Metal Free. You know, we asked Stiffi to send us a couple of these barrels to review for Tech PB. In exchange, we put a banner up on the Tech PB homepage. And since we did that, we got a lot of questions on it. So we had some time to shoot this barrel out, test it out, and see what we thought of it. And let me tell you guys basically what the Metal Free is. You guys know the standard Stiffi still is the lightest barrel that's on the market right now. Super, super light. It's got carbon fiber construction here at the front, and then it's got the metal backing here, which is what actually screws into the gun. What they did with the Metal Free was they basically took the barrel, they made it a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier, but they removed the little metal cap at the very back of it. You still get the same 5-inch step bore construction of the normal Stiffi, which, you know, you got, it's really kind of a choice whether you like step bore or you like, you know, just a smooth bore. Basically what step bore means is that 5 inches into the gun, this is a 691, it goes from a 691 to about, I think it's about a 698, 700 in the very back. So basically the barrel accelerates the ball, and then the ball just travels through the porting and doesn't get touched by anything else, which is really nice. The biggest thing I like about the Metal Free, above and beyond anything else, I mean the price is good, 70 bucks. The biggest thing I like about the Metal Free is I found that if you have a gun that the barrel tends to wiggle loose on, okay, there are some guns out there that it doesn't matter, it seems like it doesn't matter how hard you screw the barrel in, it always unscrews. The Metal Free seems to take care of that problem. I also like the thicker construction than the standard Stiffi, actually, because I have a tendency when I go to put my goggles on, I take my gun, I put the barrel into the dirt or against the concrete, I lean the gun against my leg, I put my goggle on, grab my gun, and take the barrel stock off of it. Sometimes with the standard Stiffi, with how thin it is at the very tip, sometimes you can chip it. With the Metal Free, didn't have that problem at all because it's a lot thicker. But let's go ahead and show you a couple guns that, you know, show you how it looks. This is it in a bob long M-TAC. Now some people are going to say, well, with the threads on there, you know, molded into the carbon fiber, is it easy to strip? No, it's not easy to strip. I mean, it screws right in just like a normal barrel. I mean, I'm sure if you took a crescent wrench to this and torqued it as hard as you possibly could, yeah, you'll probably strip it. But in the terms of it just being on you know, you just screwing it into the paintball gun like you would any other barrel, you're not going to have any problems with it whatsoever. It's a high quality resin that's on there. It's like an epoxy resin. You're not going to chip it or strip it out inside of the gun. You screw it into your gun just like you would any other one. Let's put it into the Dangerous Power G3. So we screw right into the Dangerous Power G3. And there we go. The barrel is a very, very quiet barrel. You got multiple rows of porting. You got 3 rows here that are about that long, and then you've got multiple rows of porting right up here at the very, very tip. Very quiet, very consistent barrel. It works really, really well. So that's about it. I mean, something else too, a lot of people are concerned about putting barrel swabs in it. You can't put a barrel swab in it. You're not supposed to put a barrel swab in it. That is not true with Stiffi. This will not void your warranty whatsoever. You take a barrel swab, run it in there as much as you want. It doesn't hang up on the holes. They found, you know, after, you know, obviously when carbon fiber barrels first came out, they were still in the learning process. It's been years since that. They don't have those issues anymore with the Stiffi barrels. You just sit here and just do this all day long. No problems whatsoever. There's no fur in there. You know, even let's go to the Stiffi. You know, you sit here and just run a swab through this all day long and not have anything to worry about whatsoever. Basically what was happening was back a few years ago when they first came out, not just the Stiffi barrels, but all the carbon fiber barrels, when you would put the swab in there, sometimes you would catch some of the porting holes, and if you weren't careful, if the swab caught on it, it could tear a chunk away on the inside. Doesn't happen anymore. Stiffi says you can do this to your barrel all day long and you will not have any issues whatsoever with you know, carbon fiber getting ripped out from the inside or it catching it. I'm looking at it, it's still smooth as ice in there. No problems with putting a swab into these barrels whatsoever. So glad they got rid of that problem, because we all break paint in our guns, and being able to put a swab through it is pretty freaking important. So that's about it. you know, the weight difference, as far as I can tell, this thing weighs about twice as much as a standard Stiffi, but you're still getting the same 5-inch step bore construction, very quiet, same porting, a little bit of a thicker construction, so it's not going to chip on the nose. And that's about it for the metal free, man. It's a cool little barrel for 70 bucks. Works really, really well. I believe it only comes in autococker and A5 threads. 14 inch is the only barrel size that it comes in. But if you're looking for a really good quality carbon fiber barrel, give this one a shot. I think you'll like the results. Thanks for tuning in.